Hey y'all, when did you find out that you couldn't hear? I just found out yesterday. I had a hearing test scheduled for, I don't know, probably almost a couple of months. And I had my hearing tested back in like 2017. And the guy said, no, you're fine. You don't need hearing aids. And then I told the lady this week, that story. Well, I had it tested before, and they gave me hearing aids. I didn't like it. So then I waited a year, and I went back, and he said, no. He said, you're fine. You can hear good. And then I had it tested this week, and it was a very interesting experience. And I found out that daily regular conversation, I can hear. Men's tones, lower tones, I can hear. But the higher pitched sounds, I can't hear that much. So Roger had to have his hearing tested because he was due and his hearing aids just gave up on him. And so, or they stopped working. And so his insurance covers it. And because I don't have Medicare Advantage, my insurance doesn't cover any of it. None. So we have to pay cash for mine. And she said we do a 30-day trial, I think. And she said, if you don't like it, we've got other options. There's always other options, So it was an eye-opening experience, but at the same time, you think, when did this happen? And she said that a lot of people do not want hearing aids because, you can guess it, they associate it with age. You're old. Somebody in my family, who will remain nameless, they need hearing aids. And as far as I know, I'm not real close to them. They hadn't gotten them. And that's not a good thing. But anyway, she said, the people that they don't want hearing aids because of the association, well, I'm old now, I can't hear. And she said, then they isolate. And when you isolate, and I have read this, and she confirmed it, and a doctor confirmed it already that I read, that's a higher risk of dementia that way when you start isolating. And back in 2017, I was cool. I thought, oh, good. I don't need them yet. But I have noticed in the past couple of years that I'm turning the TV up louder, and Roger has to repeat things to me, other things, and I notice that I'm turning things up louder, and so I faced it. I told the audiologist, I said, hey, I'm nosy. I want to hear. I'll get hearing aids. And there's a lot of older people that they don't want to get hearing aids. I've heard of several people. I had a good friend from high school, and they would laugh at her mother because she would misconstrue things all the time. But, it's funny because, what they think they're hearing, and the children laugh, but it's really not funny when it's happening to you. So my message for you today is, please go get your hearing tested because it's important. She said also, and I had the ringing in my ears, and we talked about that. And she said, I asked the guy back in 2017, I said, man, I've been to a lot of loud rock concerts because I have. And she said that even though tinnitus or tendonitis, however you say it, is really in the brain, it's not in the ears, but she said, yes. She said, part of the loud music, yeah, that could do it. And she asked me if I worked around loud machinery and all that. I said, no, I worked in offices almost all my life. No, there was nothing loud that I know, but I did see some concerts back in the day. And I remember once, oh my gosh, I was probably only in the 7th grade. It was early 70s. And Three Dog Night. For those that are old like me, y'all know Three Dog Night. Well, they were coming, and I bought tickets, and I guess I already had them, but whoever was going with me backed out, or I couldn't find anybody to go with me. So my older brother said, heck yeah. I said, I like them. Let's go see them. So I went, and it was so loud. It was so loud. And I'd been to, I think, a couple of concerts before, but he said, Catherine, he said, I've been to louder concerts than this. But man, it was loud. Oh my gosh, it was loud. But I didn't go to tons of concerts, but I've seen a few in my day. And I remember that Three Dog Night concert was probably the loudest concert I've ever been to. So it didn't help matters. But she said that when she goes to concerts, the audiologist said when she goes to concerts, she wears earplugs. And she said that's a good idea. And I said, well, I'm not going to concerts anymore. I just, don't want to go to the trouble. I've seen who I want to see, and who I wanted to see ain't touring anymore, So, but my message to you today is please go get your hearing checked if you've not. It's very important. And I'm kind of excited. I mean, hey, it is what it is, but I'm kind of excited. And she said, you're going to realize that you've probably missed some things. And she said a lot of people are really happy because they thought, wow, I didn't know that I missed so many things. So anyway, here's Hazel. We took her on a ride, and here's my baby, and we're back home now. So y'all go get your hearing tested, please, and have a great day. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Share this out if you know somebody that needs to go have their hearing tested, okay? Share this out. And God bless each and every one of you. Have a great one. Bye-bye.